Magic, Hero Party, Elf Girls, Fantasy, Adventurers Guild, Demon Lord. Are you tired of these overused fantasy tropes? Are you looking for that fresh, exciting anime story that'll leave you speechless from start to finish? Deliciousindungeon, or dungeonmeshi, if you want to be annoying, is that new breath of fresh air that you've been searching for in a city of sewage. Unfortunately, it's getting overshadowed by a show about a magic elf girl who travels the world in her hero party and defeats the demon lord. While Frieren may be goated, me glazing a snow-covered mountain and meat riding it isn't going to get me very far. So you may be asking, why should I watch this instead? Well, it's very simple. It has a magic elf girl who's in a hero's party as they travel the dungeon in hopes of defeating the... Wait a minute. Dungeonmeshi is probably one of the most refreshing fantasy stories I've seen in a very long time. Not because it does anything that we haven't seen before, but because it introduces something that every anime fan is drawn to no matter what genres you watch. Food in anime. For some reason, food in anime just has a way of looking 50 times better than anything I would be able to ever cook up myself in real life. And it just leaves me absolutely mesmerized. One of the biggest draws to this show is its food and how they're able to make it just look so goddamn good, like, whoo! God! We start our adventure with our Baldur's Gate any % speedrun party consisting of Laios, Marcial, Chilchuck, and Fallen, as we're thrown into what seems to be the end of their journey. Unfortunately, things aren't going their way. All seems lost as defeat looks inevitable. Then Fallen says, "Fuck it, we ball," and sacrifices herself so the rest of the party can escape. They wake up devastated, as the reality of what just happened sets in, as now they have to live with the weight of their own failure, and how it cost them the life of someone dear. Then the plot kicks in and they magically remember that a dragon's digestion time apparently lasts a span of 24 weeks. They regroup, realize they're broke, hit up the nearest dollar store, and grab whatever goo goo gaga level 1 gear they can find, filled with determination to save their fallen comrade. As they make their way down, they find themselves facing the toughest boss they've ever had to face before. Hunger. Being in an endless dungeon where the only source of food is the rotting corpse of whatever monsters they just killed, they don't have many options. So what do? They have a deliciousindungeon meal. Huh? They start to ask the real questions like, if it has a pulse, am I going to convulse? It makes you wonder what truly is off limits. Will they really get to the dragon alive? Or will they die of food poisoning after adding the secret seasoning from Dabi's sock after they barbecued his butt cheeks? The answer is, probably. They later meet Senshi, a dwarf warrior master chef who specializes in cooking monsters and dreams of cooking the same red dragon that ate Laios' sister. Seeing as their goals align, he decides to join them. It's here where the show grabs you by the balls and flips you upside down and leaves you wondering, what the hell is even happening anymore? But in a good way. As things begin to properly open up, it shifts from we have to go dungeon crawling to save our sister, to Monster Hunter Hell's Kitchen Edition. You may come in here looking for some action, as it's human nature to crave that hit of dopamine that you get by seeing big ol' magic explosions and sweaty buff guys fighting. And while this show does have its action being as it's animated by Studio Trigger, there are definitely moments that'll have your brain going, yay, action, But I feel that this anime truly begins to shine in its quieter moments, as it has become more about the characters and the connections they build with each other, and how it's not about the destination, but it's about the journey, type shit. As you begin to learn more about them, you start to feel a genuine connection to them, the moments where they truly start to show their real personality, the longer we get to be with them. They just work incredibly well as a group, and their dynamic is one of the main reasons why I feel this show just has me feeling so strongly towards it. The memories you create with those around you are a beautiful thing, and when food is involved, it almost enhances the experience and makes it that much more memorable. This is why I feel that every time they sit down to have a meal, whether it was the fight to kill the monster, the cooking process, or the end result where they all ate together, the connection between them only just grows stronger. And it makes you really appreciate the time they spend together, and maybe even look at your own life and the value of your own meals and who you choose to have them with. It's not a show where you'll get sucked in by its unbelievable storytelling or unheard of fight scenes, but it's a show that just gets you lost in its atmosphere. I find myself slowing down and beginning to truly appreciate the things that matter. As each episode you find something that sticks with you, and the value is truly subjective as someone may take something entirely different away from the show that you did. It's these little moments that are able to capture the real beauty of this show. As time continues to inevitably move forward, I feel I can appreciate the things that truly matter because of this. Friends, and watching food hentai.